Guru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Ji Aan Sangat Ji, and welcome to Sikh Channel, the one channel that is bringing millions of Sikhs together. As you know, we've been awaiting this moment where today Sikh Channel are showing for the first time on TV the worldwide exclusive premiere of Misused Trust. As you know, Sangat Ji, there's been a few premieres up and down the country. There's not really much of an introduction that I can really give you because you're aware of the film. Misused Trust tackles many serious issues within our community which we tend to hide away from, such as grooming within the community, as well as drugs and alcohol, and as well as domestic violence. The film has delivered a powerful message, has been an absolute success. I've been to 2 of the premieres, and I'm sure Sangat ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਗਏ ਆ, and there's probably a lot of more feedback that you want to give us on the film. But today, here with us, we have the cast. We're going to be showing you the film at 9 p.m. But before we show you the film, I just want to say, please get your phones out, get your iPads out, use the technology to the best of your ability. Let your friends and family know to stay tuned with us here, because the film will be showing first time on TV today at 9 p.m. So Sangat, let me introduce the cast and let's speak to them about, you know, their inspiration, their aspiration, and obviously why they did this, and going forward what more they're going to bring to the bunt to help tackle such issues within the community. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Gianna, and welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to be sitting here with you today again to be talking about Misused Trust. As you know, I've been to 2 of the premieres already. Most of the Sangat watching have probably been to them also. If you could just tell us a little bit about the whole idea, the concept of the film, where it came about from, you know, the process, the aims, and going forward, obviously, you know, what you'd like to do.
First of all, I want to thank all the Sangha for tuning in. So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Really appreciate everyone's support, first of all, because people have travelled from London, Derby, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Bedford, you know, Nottingham. Everyone's come from across the UK, all our sevadars, to come into the studio today. Yeah. Not all of them couldn't be here, but who could have come to show support, but the others are showing support online and on social media. So first of all, thank you to them, and also thank you to the Sangha for tuning in, because it's really important that you're all watching this today. Yep. Yeah, it's a really taboo subject, and there's many taboo subjects that Sikh youth tackle, and this is where it started. And what this film, Misused Trust, is about how sexual grooming gangs target Sikh girls. Not only Sikh girls, they do, but the cases we receive are coming predominantly from the Sikh community. So we thought, how can we get this message out to the wider Sangat? And I spoke to Japneet, because she's an actress, and we got together and we thought of a concept, and we thought, let's make a film. So we wanted to make a film to get the message out there to the wider audience, because people have heard talks, they've heard lectures, they've heard the articles, they've heard the news reports, they've heard a lot. Yeah. But visually seeing the signs, the process, how these gangs target and what tactics they use is really important. So we want to visually show the Sangat what, in a nutshell, what actually happens.
Baji, on that note, tell me, how long have you actually been working on such issues before you even thought about creating such a film?
Well, I think they've been in our community for 40 years. So before I was even born, these issues have been on the streets of UK. As I've grown up, I've seen documentaries, I've seen organisations, and dhanavad to them, because they've put the names out there, their organisations out there, they've done awareness, they've tackled the groomers, they've done so much in the community. So this is long before us. Yeah. But bringing it out and, you know, using the power of media and social media is the way forward. So, you know, I've seen issues when I was at college. So I can go back as far as that, where I went to a college just not far from Luton, and I know Sikh girls were targeted there, and they haven't returned home. So it's been going on for ongoing since I can recall from young.
Benji, I want to ask you a question, because obviously you're the main character, and you know that must have been a really difficult thing to do. But everyone's probably aware of the film, they've probably seen it, but for somebody who may not have seen it, could you run through the storyline quickly? Because the next question after that is, you know, what made you want to do that? Because it's a really difficult thing to do, and hats off to you, you did it. And the message that you delivered through the film, I mean, it hit me, and I'm sure it's hit a lot of people that are watching it. So just run through the storyline a little bit, please.
So Misused Trust tells the story of a young Punjabi Sikh girl who falls in love, typical like love story, like at a young age, and it's kind of like a happy relationship, or depicted as like a very happy relationship, very normal, probably actually no, beyond normal, like too perfect, too good to be true, until she is exposed through her boyfriend to basically sexual grooming. So she finds out like right at the end that she has been sexually groomed, but the way that we see it in the film is things like very, very hard to watch, but basically depicting like gang rape, drugs and alcohol abuse, and how these things feed into like victims, like how victims are targeted through these sorts of things, but also how they become outlets. So a lot of things that we see in cases is like alcohol and drugs, like that's what a lot of girls turn to because they have no other output in expressing how they feel when they're constantly being passed around through groups of men and effectively being abused. And we're talking about underage girls, but also girls my age, like university students from college and school. That's what we've done in this movie. So she starts off at college, but then we see her like through her progression throughout the first year of uni and how she becomes affected by it. And then basically how Sikh Youth UK as an organisation helps her in the end to come out of the scenario. So that's just like a bit about obviously what the movie's about as a storyline.
But how did you feel? Actually, firstly, tell me, how did you decide, or was it Baji that came to you and said, can you play this role? Can you talk us through that? Because there must have been a lot of thoughts that went through your head.
I think like we decided first, like we were like, okay, we want to do a movie showing this, showing, you know, how grooming gangs target Sikh girls. But as like a decision, like I think one of the biggest things was like using, so I'm a trained actor, I'm in my final year of drama school, so I'm graduating soon, but I think for that, from that aspect, like logistically, like it was like, okay, we've got like a Sikh girl that's able to do this, like with the skill set, because we don't have a lot of people doing this sort of thing from our kinds of backgrounds. But I think also like for me, like what really won me over was like, this is a story that needs to be told, and like as an actor, like that's the biggest thing, like you tell the stories that need to be told. And I think so much of like film or TV or theatre nowadays is just empty. There's like airspace, it has no message. It's just like, if we watch so many things nowadays on TV or like film, like there's nothing in there that's positive. Do you know what I mean? Like, and these sorts of things, like whether it's through like sexualization or whatever it is, like there's so much negativity in it. And when you have a product that's doing something positive in order to help people, and that's the only aim, is to help people, when you have something like that and you're able to be involved in it, like that for me was like so inspiring, and be like, actually, like I know this is something positive, and there's nothing that somebody's going to take away from this and be like, oh, like that's giving out the wrong message or anything like that. It's literally to help people. And it was like extremely difficult, like to take on that character, and because I think I will never understand, and probably the same for Neil, like never ever ever understand what those people go through, or what sort of like trauma that they've suffered from, and like mentally, physically. But just being able to like understand that a bit more was a massive lesson for me through the film.
And Baji, how did you feel, or how did you prepare for playing such a vile character as Imran in the film? Because you know what, that must be really hard when you took the role on. But even now that the premieres have been released and the film's out there on DVD, you know, tell me about that.
So again, just like Benji, I've done drama, I've done acting for quite a few years, so it's amazing that there's a space and that there's a gap for young actors like Benji and myself to be able to find like a platform for us to actually perform on and kind of do something positive with the skill sets that we've been training on so hard. And so I mean, in regards to playing a character, for me it's just playing a character. Saying that, when we were on set and we were doing the film, there were times where I felt sick, Benji felt sick a lot of the time. It was mentally draining. It was horrible to have to put yourself in the shoes of somebody who isn't somebody you would ever want to associate yourself with, especially as a Sikh. And as well as that, like having to play a character throughout the whole filming process and throughout the whole process of this film and going to the premieres and talking to people, in my head, the only thing that's going through my head has been Seva, and if I didn't do this, I'm not sure who else would have done it.
Exactly.
And that's what drove me to be able to kind of push through it and actually get to the end of it.
Okay, and now you've done it, and obviously the film's been shown. Have you faced any criticism or any challenges that you could talk about, that you've had, that you've overcome, that would maybe somebody who's watching now could think, do you know what, actually, in the future, when you guys are doing your future project, I want to get involved and I want to help. You know, tell us about that.
I'll be honest with you, apart from jokes from my friends and probably like just people I'm close to, no one person's ever said anything bad, and I think that's the main thing about it, is because as soon as you see this film, you understand the message that's we're trying to get across, and that's the main thing. The film is about the message, and through that, I think when people watch it, obviously the aim is to obviously make you believe it and obviously understand it. But as soon as the film has ended and you come to the end of the film, you do disassociate yourself with the characters. And when you're talking to people, and obviously I meet people and things like that, like I've been so many places across England now, and I've been spotted out and said, oh, you played Imran in that film, and I've just had to kind of just like put my head down, just nod my head, just with a smile on my face, and that's the thing, it's nothing to, I don't take it personally, and I don't think people take the character personally either. They just see the film for what it is, they understand the message, and that's the main thing, and that's what we need everybody to do. All the girls who watch this, anybody who's faced the challenges, this film isn't targeting anybody in like particular, but what it's doing is it's getting the message across and trying to make people more aware. And
what you just said as well, obviously it's not just targeting one particular person. The Sangat that are watching now, because you're live on Sikh channel, what would be your appeal to them? So if anybody is watching and they may know somebody who's, you know, maybe tackling these issues or is in a situation, what would you like to say to them?
Just talk to people and just don't keep it to yourself, because that's the worst thing you can do. When you're going through such a hard time, the worst thing you can do is destroy yourself as well, because there's so many people out there already doing that for you. And this film also tackles on things at home, which is a very big issue in the Punjabi community, because when things go on outside of the house, it's very hard to bring that back into your home when there's already so much already going on in your household that you don't, as a young person, you don't want to add to that. And it's such a horrible thing, because if you don't face it at home and you can't deal with it at home, then you're not going to be able to deal with it anywhere else, because it's your family, and then the family are the people that will always be with you. And if they can't be with you through the hard times, then it will take a toll on you. And as you can see in the film as well, you can see that the mental effect it actually has on the characters and on Japneet in the film. You can see how it affects her and how it affects people around her as well. Until she talks about it. And when she talks about it, that's the only way you can actually solve it. And that's an amazing thing about Sikh Youth, because even if you can't talk about it at home, there's still places you can talk about what's going on in your life too. And like I said, Sikh Youth UK, you give them a phone call and they will not turn you away. That's the best thing about it.
And Baji, obviously, like, you know, we're here today live, 9 o'clock, Sikh Youth UK are here with us to obviously show the film Misused Trust, For all the Sangat that are watching, you know, what is the one message you want to say to them so that they stay tuned, they watch the film? You know, tell us, because obviously, like, you've put so much hard work and effort into it, right? And for the Sangat as well, I just want to say from myself, you know, having gone to the premieres, having got the DVD, having just gone to Canada and actually people asking me for the DVD, please, Sangat, you've got to stay tuned. Not long, 9 o'clock, the film's going to be shown. But Baji, you tell us, because you know you've put all the hard work and effort in from the beginning as a team. What do you want to say to the Sangat?
Basically, I want appeal to the Sangat to say, look, you're watching the show now. This is the pre-show. You're going to watch the film. Then after the film, do not turn off. Stay tuned. We're still going to be here. We want you to come and support us as an organisation. Get involved, just like these guys have. They've done mass seva for the GOM, and this video is going to be massive. Itself. We've got another 3 big projects lined up after this, so we need your support. And we want you to stay tuned in. So basically, if you need to get hold of us, like Neil's just said about support-wise, just contact our number 07761 251 840. And I'll say that again, 07761 251 840. Contact us. Our admin team will answer. and they'll designate wherever the case is to whatever areas nearest where our sevadars are, which is really across the UK,
Yeah.
and we've even gone international into certain countries as well, which is brilliant. So, but the Sangha, you need to really visually see what the signs
Yes.
and the process is. You need to find out what is going on before it's too late in your house.
Yeah.
We have cases come forward where they realise they come after
Yeah.
the case is actually the person, the victim's been abused, or she's been targeted and she's gone
Yeah.
away from home.
Yeah.
It breaks homes.
Of course.
It's not just the individual, it breaks homes. I've
No.
seen fathers crying. And it's not just the vulnerable girls who don't know nothing about Sikhi.
No.
It's happening in our good Sikh families.
So I want to say on that note, Sangaji, as you've heard what Deepa Baji just said, please get your phones out, get your iPads out, get onto WhatsApp, get onto social media, make the calls, let your families and friends know to stay tuned. Less than 10 minutes left. The film's going to be shown first time on Sikh Channel today. It's a film not to be missed. It's a film that's better than any Hollywood, Bollywood movie out there. And believe me, you know what? It's a story that is going to hit you quite hard, because I've watched it twice. And for me, the message still just rings, and it makes you realise that actually these issues, we don't really kind of address them. We try to hide away from them, and we tend to not discuss them. So please make sure, stay tuned, spread the word. Let's work together to save our sisters, because it could be one of us. It could be anyone's sister or daughter. So Sangaji, please stay with us, watch the film, and obviously after the film we're going to be talking to the cast a bit more about the film, but until then, stay tuned. Benji, can you tell me a little bit about your role as well within Sikh Youth UK?
I would say our team work more behind the scenes.
Okay, tell us about that.
So obviously, like Baji was saying, that we help the families that actually go through very difficult taboo issues that we don't tend to face in the community. Well, it's nice to obviously, this is why we cry out for Sevadars to come forward.
Yeah.
As many Sevadars as possible, because what these people need, they need Sangat. So what we do is not only obviously we're helping girls who have gone through difficult situations like grooming, we help families or individuals, the youth or the older generation who are suffering from drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and we hear about it, but we don't do enough about it.
No, it's true.
And what we do need, we do need manpower. And that's what the people need, and need Sangat, and that's basically what our team do. We can meet people at the Gurdwara. That's the best place really to then introduce the Sikh Youth UK 5S model. Simran, Seva, Sangat. Promoting them. It seems so simple, but it's so powerful at the same time. So that's the role that we play.
Okay, so Benji, you're here on Sikh Channel. You've got the chance now where, you can imagine Sikh Channel's live on Facebook. It's worldwide. What is your appeal to the Sangat there now? Because you're saying you need people to get involved. Now's your chance. What's the message of what you want to say to them?
Don't leave it too late. You got to think about in 10 years' time, as a Sikh, how do you want our band to be in terms of if we work together, we're always strong.
Yeah.
We always come out the best. And that's what we need. There's too many divides, and we need to break those barriers down and just literally think, well, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
This is Maharaj saying to us, right, Seva needs to be done. Let's get up from our seat. Let's move away from the work, go home, work, life.
Yeah.
And just literally get out there and do Seva the Godwara and just be the Sangha that we need to be and do the Seva that needs to be done.
And Baji, going
Can I
back
just
to,
touch up on
yeah,
what
go
Raj
on,
said?
go ahead, yeah.
So, she's saying about the manpower we need, and the model, which is the 5S model, which shows positive support. We need people to come forward. It's not easy to do projects like this,
No.
but this project alone, just Misused Trust,
Yeah.
how many organisations have come together and supported this? It is massive.
Yeah.
It did bring unity in the Bant in UK. It did, you had Sikh
got the
Council, you had people like SWAT, basically the Sikh to Inspire, all the Sikh Youth UK teams across the country, like the Derby team, the
Yeah.
Birmingham team, the London team. You've had organisations like Punjab 2000, a lot of media helping. Sikh Channel have massively supported,
Yeah.
But there's people behind the scenes like brand experts, cameras. They did a lot of editing behind the scenes, day and night we were sitting there watching them edit, while we're trying to make this film just right, so it gets the right message out there at the same time. So much has gone into it, but it did bring a community together. Just one project. We've got another 3 big ones lined up. How many more will join that? Because I know them same organisations will join, but we're going to bring more people. It does bring unity when you do collective projects together.
But then, Baji, on that note, obviously, we're telling the Sangha, come get involved, pull together for your next projects. But right here, right now, we're going to be showing the film.
Yeah.
you know, what more can we do, or what more can we say to the Sangat of the purpose of this? Because, you know, I've seen that you're doing a weekly show now, you know, on Sikh Channel, you're doing the regular youth show, right? You're there working hard, all of you are, you know, and, you know, you've put so much hard work and effort into it. Now's your chance to even more so, you know, encourage people to get involved, encourage people to obviously come to you with ideas. What more do you want to say on that? Or maybe
you know, it is about prevent.
Yeah.
And it's all about prevent. This film was a form of prevent. It's just one thing. How many more things can we do to prevent? Everyone's got a skill set. These lot have got a skill set of acting. They do it. Raj has her skill set. She does that.
Yeah.
Everyone has. You have yours. You're a presenter. A lot of people in here in the Sangat have their skill sets. Guru Nanak was proactive. If we take one thing from Guru Nanak, let's just be proactive. Do something. Support us. Any concept. The Sikh Youth platform's not mine. It's not any individuals. It's the Sikh Youths. Okay. This platform. You come with us with an idea.
Yeah.
If it's Bantik, we're gonna back it.
And also, on that note, if one person came forward, let's just say one person came forward, tell us, what difference would that make? Because I know
manpower is really important.
Yeah.
Manpower, behind the scenes, you know, people backing financially. This project was, do you think it was done on Seva?
No, I know you put a lot of hard, exactly.
Thousands of pounds went into it. If people can push finances into us, we can do bigger projects than this.
And Benji, you want to say something on that as well?
I think just on that question, like you're saying one person, but one person has a particular skill set.
Yeah.
So Benji, who works behind the scenes, effectively she could save a person's life.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Through that, imagine you save one girl's life and a family's life, or a dad that's addicted to alcohol. Like, you're saving somebody's life. Like, that's just one aspect of Sikh Youth. You have like Baji, who's sitting next to me, like an actor, like, and he literally said, like, he played a role that people wouldn't want to play.
No, it's true.
And especially within this community and the taboo issues that we have, people don't want to address this, but he was like, okay, there's seva to do and I'm going to address it. And now, how many people's lives do you think are going to be affected by this film through the use of prevention? We have Baji, who's out every day raising awareness, and it's through awareness and prevention that we don't want to catch it when it's too late. We don't want to catch it when it's already done and it's already had its effects. It's all about education, and that's probably one of the biggest main messages of Sikhi, like education and what we should be doing to stop these things from happening in the first place. So if any one person comes forward with any of these skill sets, even though there are so many out there, you are literally doing so much for the Bund that you won't even have a clue. Like, you save one person's life. This film saves one person's life, and it's done its job.
So, Sangaji, we've only got a couple of minutes left now until Misused Trust is going to be shown first time exclusively on Sikh Channel. I just want to say, with what Benji's just said as well, please get involved. If there's any kind of seva that you can do, we've all got a skill set at the end of the day. And the biggest thing I want to say is what Baji said about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Seva is one of the principles of what Guru Nanak Dev Ji said. So let's do it. At the end of the day, we've got the talent, we've got the skill set. Let's come together as a band. Let's help each other. That's what we're here for. At the end of the day, we're only in this world very temporarily. So let's get as much seva as we can. Let's support Sikh Youth UK. Get your phones out. You've probably already got them out. Don't worry about the Jada Cup. Text everyone, call everyone. Don't worry about the Haldi Dud. Please just let everybody know to watch the film, tune in, stay with us, and you have to stay with us till 10:30 because tomorrow is a Sunday. And this is a message even to my dad to say you don't need to worry about Amrit Vela. You can still get up. Everybody just stay with us. Please stay tuned and please support Sikh Youth UK because it's down to us as a band to come together. Nobody else is going to do it. And as Sikhs, we should be showing the world, the whole humanity, what our gurus taught us, and that was Ekta and to help each other. Anything more that you want to say about Benji?
Just quickly, like to what Benji said and what Deepa Baji was saying, it is, when we think about it, it's about time. When we do see a problem, we tend to think to ourselves, it's not our problem. But the thing is, Vaheguru is within everybody, and that's what Sikhi teaches us. We should be taking those steps, giving our time to actually show that compassion that they are to those people who need help. So even if it's 5-10 minutes having a conversation with the Bibiji, you know, you could be making a big difference. And it's not about a reward or anything, it's just the fact that it needs to be done.
No,
of course, it's about when Guru Gobind Singh created the Khalsa.
That's it.
The first Panch Pyara was by Daya Singh.
Exactly.
So if we can't take the first principle away and implement it in our lives,
it's true.
you know, how can we carry on and progress
forward.
to be Khalsa.
So Sangatji, 1 minute left till Misused Trust is being shown for the first time on TV on Sikh Channel, the one and only channel that is bringing millions of Sikhs together, and you can see that from today. Please text everyone, call everyone. It's our duty to help save our sisters or daughters, but you know, most importantly, if we look closer to home, it could be one of us. So at the end of the day, Sangatji, we need to look at it like everybody is one. They are our family, we are a family. Get texting, get calling, get FaceTiming. Just make sure you tell everyone, please spread the word. Baji, any more appeal that you want to say to the Sangat? Because I know you are like 24/7 on the go, and as a team, like you guys have just, you know what I want to know, how did you pull together actually and keep the laughing and the joking throughout and having the, because it's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see. Yeah, but it's brilliant to see. How did you keep that going? And such a, because it's such a stressful film, as in to watch, because you feel upset, right? Thinking that I want to do more. But you know, you kept that, the smiles and everything. Tell us.
You know what it is? It's about, sometimes you have to think about what's bigger out there, and that was the message.
And just on that note, we literally had a Sage Bot going on all the time, playing,
yeah,
and I think like that was just it for me. Everything was Maharaj is good about. We took a Hukamnama to begin with. We went to the Gurugad at the end of the week. Like, it was so hectic we could hardly go during the week, but literally Maharaj got us through it because there was seva that needed to be done, and they let us, to think that they let us be a part of that is beyond Kirpa, honestly.
Baji, you want to say something on that? Yeah.
Ashmi also getting angry at us all.
Did she?
When she was
I can't
tired.
imagine that, really.
That kept us going, because that kept us all in line where we needed to be. And it was very hard to do, but I mean, like Benji just said, it was Maharaj Kirpa that we managed to pull through. And like I said, it was just that the message at the end of the day was, this is not about us, it's about the wider picture.
Yeah, of course. Tell us quickly about the premieres as well, because obviously they were successful. I was at 2 of them. Just tell us a little bit about that, and tell the Sangat how, you know, how fantastic they were and why.
All 4 premieres that we did were exclusive. We covered most of the country from south to north, East Midlands and West Midlands. Okay, and everyone was jam-packed, full. So much support from the local organisations and Gurdwara in that area, sending the youth there, sending families there. So massive support, and you know, thank everyone who helped behind the scenes. You know, from the artwork to the characters to on set. You know, there's so much. The list is endless. Who helped? Honestly, it is massive. We came together and did it. But you know what? The premieres were fantastic, and a lot of support came from them.
And then obviously you've had the premieres, but most importantly, the DVD's out. And as I went to Canada as well, a lot of people are asking questions. Where's the DVD? How can the Sangat now buy the DVD? If you could tell them.
Yeah, online you can purchase it from Punjabi Roots. They're the only ones selling it online at the moment. Also shops Sira Cash and Carry Southall, DTF, Saharod, Smedic, Punjabi Roots.
On that note, just on in terms of other organisations supporting, like SWAT have a bunch of DVDs, Basics of Sikhi have a bunch of DVDs, like you can get in contact with Sivadars and just ask directly if you need them. And in terms of like internationally, I think we're going to speak about that more after the film, about our future plans.
There is a couple of Gurdwara that have supported, and they're selling the DVDs, Guru Arjan Dev Gurdwara Derby, Guru Nanak Gurdwara Smedic as well. So there is a couple of Gurdwaras, big Gurdwara in the UK supporting it as well.
So Sangatji, on that note, I've bought my DVD, but my question is, have you bought yours? And even if you have bought yours and there's somebody else that you want to buy it for who hasn't seen the film, let's support Sikh Youth UK. Let's buy the DVD. If you've got family abroad, buy that DVD, because you can take it to them. You're helping to spread the world internationally. Now, you tell me, what more can we do as Sikhs except step forward to say, actually, yeah, we're going to buy that DVD, and we can buy it for our friends and family. So please, my binti is Hath Jod Ke, please make sure that you get your DVD and stay tuned, because now we're going to be showing you the premiere exclusively, Misused Trust, first time on Sikh Channel today. Stay with us and please join us after the premiere, because there may be some, and also Sangatji, just real quickly, there may be some scenes which are not suitable for young children. Stay tuned. Watch the premiere, and when we come back, we're going to talk again to the cast on their future projects, and obviously just a bit more about the issues of grooming, as well as drugs and alcohol and domestic violence.